Powerhouse vocalist Tameko Star is a multifaceted singer, songwriter, producer, choreographer, dancer, actress, director, and award-winning playwright who is also famously known as the 90s Eurodance diva Livin Joy. The hits include Dreamer with Janice Robinson and Don't Stop Moving with yourself on vocals, Tameko, and is back with a new single called Something Beautiful, taken from the forthcoming EP. And Tameko Star joins me now. Hello, Tameko. How are you doing?
Hi, Phil. I'm winning.
You're winning. Well, that's a good way to be. That's a good way to be. Now, for listeners who are new to your music, when did it all begin? As I believe you had quite an audience when you were young.
Yeah, I did actually. So yeah, it began long ago. Well, not that long. Long.
You don't look long ago.
Thank you. But yeah, I was a little girl, just knowing what I wanted to do all the way from 5 years old. I don't know if I've told this story before, but let me tell you when it happened to me when I knew.
Yeah.
I knew when I was standing outside on my mother's front porch, and I was just playing like with my dolls and everything, and she had the door open, and she played music all the time, right? And so one of my favorite songs came on, and I sang that song. So I was singing the song, right? And I stood up, I had Barbie in hand as my mic.
Oh,
and I sang and I had my eyes closed. I was really into the song. And when I had looked up, there were people standing in front of the porch, and they were clapping. From that moment, I knew this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, because I made that impact. And I was just like, yeah, it was great.
Absolutely fantastic, that audience there as well. Absolutely amazing. So young as well. How old do you think you were when you had that experience?
I was about 5 years old. And from then, it was, I call it my neighborhood tour, because I had a babysitter at the time, and she would just take me around because people were requesting for me to sing. I would practice at home on my stuffed animals. I'd sing in front of my parents, anybody that would listen.
Lovely, absolutely lovely that is. Now, growing up in Europe with your father being in the military, who were your musical influences?
Oh, wow. My mother and father both really influenced me, because my mother also sang and my dad played drums and he could dance, and we just had music going all the time, and we mostly listened to jazz.
Right.
My mother was a big Shaka Khan fan.
Excellent, love her.
Yes, but my favorite is going to be Whitney Houston. I just love her voice. I think that's when I really started coming into my own, is when she came out, and really listening to her, so definitely Whitney Houston, Shaka Khan. She listened to Tina Marie, those influences. So people with big voices, Stephanie Mills.
Yes, I guess absolutely fantastic those artists are, and they really belt out the tune. Now, going back to when you were on the porch there, I'm gonna ask you this: can you remember what song you were actually singing along to with Barbie and Ken? Is the
Yes, it was a Natalie Cole song, and the song was called "Our Love."
Oh, right,
Our Love. Mm-hmm.
Was that a bit of a soulful tune?
Yes, it was.
Was it a bit like "This Will Be an Everlasting Love"? Was it like that?
It was a little bit more. It was slower than that. It was like more of a ballad. Yeah.
Oh, right. Lush. Now, talking about when you were younger, in high school, you landed a place in the elite choir. What was your first song that you sung in the choir?
Oh, gosh. I don't remember exactly. The first song, I don't remember exactly, but I do remember standing out. Right. I do remember standing out, yes. And my choral instructor was just like, I wanted every solo. I wanted to be everything. And he was like, okay, Star, because that was my middle name is Star. Yeah. And he's like, Star, I can't give you every solo because I just wanted to sing all the time.
Yes. Oh, but I mean, when you were singing in the choir there, was there any moment that you did do solo?
Oh yes. Oh yes, I did. I did a lot of solos. That's why he said he couldn't give me every one.
Yeah. And what
But
song? What song did you sing? Can you remember?
um, oh my goodness, I know we did a lot of Renaissance music. I don't remember exactly my very first song in the elite choir. I don't remember. I'm just trying to think. Oh goodness. I don't remember right this minute.
I like to throw in these questions. You see.
Yeah, come back to that question though. I'll have it for you.
Right. We'll try and come back to that
Yes,
one.
sir.
Now,
Yeah.
I also hear that you made the dance team captain at school. Did you enjoy leading the dance classes?
Yes, I absolutely did. Being multifaceted, any way that I could showcase my talent and impact people and make people happy, I was willing to do. And I was also a very natural leader, even as a
Right.
little girl, even like 5 and 6 years old. I was putting together musicals and numbers to dance to and whole shows to perform for our parents. That was me doing all of the leading.
Yes.
So it was a natural thing for me to become captain of the dance team and choreograph and do all those things. So yeah.
And then shortly after that, did you start teaching anywhere else after leaving school?
I did. I did. My father was stationed on a very remote military base in Italy.
Right.
I was the only teenager there, and the rest of the kids were little kids. So it was there kind of that I started this kind of program, if you will. I didn't even know that's what I was doing, but I wanted the kids to be able to do something. And so I wrote this musical back then and taught them, how to sing, dance, act, everything that I had studied.
Yes.
Yeah. So I taught the kids on that military base.
Yes, of course. I mean, following high school, as you say, you did relocate to Italy, where you studied music and performance by day and teaching performing arts to young children on the military base by night. You transformed into a star as the lead vocalist of a popular local band as well. Could you tell us more about that?
Yes. When I was little, everything that I um, did growing up was purposeful. I wanted to do it in preparation for me to be this big star, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
I thought, okay, I want to get into a band because I want to hone my skills. I want to learn my voice. I want to do all those things. So yes, I was approached by one of my friends that was in the band, and
right,
I sang for them, and they were like, "Come on, you've got to join us." And at the time, there was another lady. She had sang in the band. She was the lead, and then I came in, and then slowly I became the lead, and she
right.
left. And yeah, so it was that whole thing.
And what was it like performing in the band, and what kind of songs did you sing?
Oh, I loved it. I loved performing in the band. It's such a camaraderie. I think there's such a lovely energy of people coming together, doing what they love, playing the instrument that they love. I loved it. What did you say? I just lost my train of thought.
I was just asking, what was it like performing in the band, and what kind of songs did you sing?
What kind of songs did I sing? Okay, yes, we did a lot of cover tunes. We did everything from Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. We did um, Maze, Frankie Beverly and Maze. We
Right.
did some Beatles tunes. Like, yeah, we did a plethora of different genres, even. So
So did you have a saxophonist, or was it just like guitars and keyboards and drums?
guitar, keyboards, drums, and the woman who played the keyboards could also play the sax. So that was cool.
Wow! So that means you definitely could cover all genres of music.
Yes.
Great stuff. While most aspiring artists prayed to be discovered in the mid-90s, your dreams came true when a live radio broadcast of you singing with the local band caught the ear of Italian producers Riccardo Steccia, Andrea Accioni, and Massimo Artusi. What was it like receiving the call from the producers after hearing your vocal?
I was intrigued, very intrigued by that. I was like, okay, here we go. This is what I've been waiting for my whole life.
Right.
So yeah, I was very excited about it. I came out in my own name, Tameko Star, and Tameka Star at the time. And yeah, it was great. It was like a dream come true. Just, I knew that was my beginning. I didn't know that would be my ending, but that definitely was my beginning.
And your first taste of major stardom was crafted and performed by house and techno tracks such as Feel the Rhythm, Now I Feel, and R&B tracks Love Makes Me High and Going in Circles. The singles were released under the Italian label Irma Records with mass recognition. How did it feel writing and recording these tracks, and was this the particular direction you wanted to go with your singing?
It felt wonderful to be able to express myself in that way, writing my own songs. And at first I didn't really think about songwriting this much. I just thought I would just sing. But my mother, who also managed me, she's told me to get into songwriting. So I did. So it felt good to be able to do that. I loved working with the guys. I loved, promoting the songs that I got to perform, which is my favorite thing to do. So yeah, it was great. It was what needed to happen. Everything happens for a reason. So it was what needed to happen for me to, continue my journey on to become Livin Joy.
And what was it like, your first performance that you had with Livin Joy? What did it feel like?
It was, I hate to use this word constantly, but it was like amazing to have a hit song out and to get on stage and perform that song. And then the meaning and the words and everything was just near and dear to my heart. Like I say all the time, it's my anthem, my mantra. So I'm up there and I'm singing, something that means something to me. And then that means something to others. Yeah. It was phenomenal. I transform. I just come out of myself and lose myself, in the performance. So I love it.
So with you, like doing a lot of R&B and such, like, was it a bit of a shock for you to go into like the dance kind of scene, with you having that kind of background in the R&B?
Yes, it was. It wasn't planned that way. As a matter of fact, at first I wasn't really intrigued to do Livin Joy per se. My mother, like I said, who managed me at the time, she was the one who was like, okay, you need to do this. And then when I heard the music too, I was like, okay, I can work with this. And being that also, singing different genres in the band, singing different genres in the elite choir, all of that prepared me to be able to transform into anything. So, it wasn't what I wanted at first, but it ended up being what I loved. And it ended up being the thing that made the most impact on people.
And I actually bought that single as well, actually, Don't Stop Moving. So there you go.
Oh,
yeah, it's on my shelf somewhere, that CD there.
Okay, well, you got to get it off your shelf, Phil. You got to be playing it all now.
Oh, I want to play it on the radio. I do. It's one of my favorites. I love it. I love it. Now, the Visnadi brothers were blown away by your ability to create dizzying melodies and catchy hooks and dubbed you the great melodista. Now, these brothers were responsible for taking you to the lead with Livin Joy and beaming you into people's homes on TV shows such as Top of the Pops in the UK. What was it like appearing? It looked like quite an energetic performance.
Again, it's my most favorite thing to do, perform. I just love it. I love to do it and people love it. And so like there's this big exchange of love. I mean, it's my passion. So it was wonderful. It was great.
It was great. What did you think of what was it like at Top of the Pops there? Did you meet any of the stars that you looked up to at all?
I did. We crossed paths. We said hello. We, chatted a bit. I'm trying to remember some of them. I believe Mark Morrison was on one of those shows.
Right. Yes.
Marilyn Manson also, because I was on there three or four times.
Yes.
So and then lots of times I also kind of stay in the green room because I got to center myself, because
Yes.
here goes, I'm getting ready to get on TV. So, but it was great.
So you weren't hanging out with the Spice Girls?
Not hanging out per se, but we had some conversation with them, my mother and myself, and we talked to Mel B, and we had some good conversation there with her outfit and just
I just watched the clip from Top of the Pops with you singing "Don't Stop Moving," and you really were getting into it there. It looked really good, the atmosphere and everything. And it was, and Mark Owen of Take That was actually presenting at the start and said, "There's Livin Joy over there." What was that like?
Yeah. Oh my God. This was I'm trying to remember because it was a while ago, but knowing me, I was probably in my head a lot right before the performance because now it's, it's my life-changing moment.
Of course. Yes.
So I was probably in my head a lot. But when I go on stage, when I get up there, I don't know, something just happens and all of my fear and worries just dissipate. I think it's just probably happens to a lot of artists. It's our alter ego, you know what I'm saying? So
that's right. You've got to get yourself in the zone. It's like even doing an interview with yourself, you've got to get in the zone. You've got to, be on your game, as it were. Yes. Or otherwise, it just all falls apart. Which hopefully this isn't going to.
No.
No. Don't Stop Moving has been certified gold and featured on over 100 compilations worldwide. The single success was the perfect seg into the Livin Joy album, which spawned additional hits such as Follow the Rules, Where Can I Find Love, and Deep in You. The album, written by yourself, also showcased some of your promising producing skills, songs like Be Original and Let Me Love You. What was it like hearing your music on the radio and still having the respect it did in the 90s?
It was wonderful. It was great. Like, listen, this was the pinnacle moment. Like I said, my whole life, I'd been wanting to do this and I knew that I would. So it was just confirmation for me. We were so excited. I remember once coming from a gig. It probably was like 2 or 3 in the morning or something. I know it was at night. And we were driving probably back to the hotel and we had to stop for gas. And the gas station was open and we were the only car there, right? And so it was like my manager, the tour manager, we were there. And as soon as we got out the car, Don't Stop Moving was playing on the radio.
Wow.
Listen, we jumped out, we celebrated there. It was amazing because I really feel like it was for me. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It was like it was meant to be. You were at the right place at the right time in order to have that moment and be able to just, let it all out and go, yes.
Yeah, because any song could have been playing, like it's a million gajillion songs, but it was just that one. And then it was a time of the morning, it was very special.
Oh, absolutely amazing. I would have loved to have been there. Absolutely fantastic it sounds. And it was all meant to be, as you say.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now, you opened Star House Entertainers, a talent development and production company based in Atlanta, and dedicated it to cultivating aspiring artists. The company is giving back by helping young people to fulfill their dreams. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes. So along with me wanting to be a star when I was a little girl, I also wanted to open up a school. like I said before, I was a natural leader, a natural
Yes.
teacher. I had the kids. I've been teaching my whole life. You know what I'm saying? And so to open up Star House was another part of a dream that I wanted to do. I felt like I understood what it was like to want something so bad, to be very passionate about, entertaining in any facet. And so I thought, I want to open up this talent development company, and I want to produce shows, and I want to work with children mostly. I did work with, and I still do work with artists, but I also wanted to work with children. We had a triple threat program in which we taught kids to be proficient in all areas of the arts.
Right.
And our kids have gone on, they have done some wonderful things. Like they've been on Broadway, on American Idol, on Broadway,
Wow.
on films. Yes. And so Star House was the foundation for that, and still is. We're still turning out artists who are writing for major artists. Like, listen, Star House is no joke. It's a real passion of mine to be able to pour into these people and help them realize their dream. Because I'm actually, me being an artist, I understand where they're coming from, and having the experience, I know how to teach them what they need so they can get where they need to go.
That's right, because you've totally had the background, and obviously with you being in the music industry, you're able to advise people and maybe give them interview skills and such like as well.
Absolutely. Yes.
And being down to earth as well, I think that's very important as well, because when people become very famous and are stars, it's nice to be nice and grounded as well. But it is a wonderful industry to get into, and all the best to the arts,
the artists. Yes.
Now, your new single, Something Beautiful, is a fabulous track. What was it like going back into the studio to record, or have you never stopped?
Well, okay, so this is two parts. I was going into the studio, but I would be going in with my clients.
Right.
So yes. I would be doing that. But for myself, literally, because it's who I am at my base, my core, it was it was okay, it was me being me, what I'm saying. I know a lot of people may feel like, it's because it had been so long that you may be nervous or stuff.
Yes.
I was at home, like this was coming back home,
Was it like fitting into an old pair of slippers?
An old pair of slippers, yeah. Comfortable. Knew how to do it. I've been teaching it, so
And did you produce and also write and record the whole album that's coming out soon?
No. I've worked with different people, but I'm gonna always write for sure. I do produce as well. Like you said, I did produce 2 tracks from on the Livin Joy album, and also we had a second Livin Joy album that got shelved because of a merger, and I produced 2 or 3 tracks on there as well. But this one I probably won't, unless I include some of the songs that produced on the second unreleased album.
Right. Okay. Yes. And would you be considering releasing any of your singles on vinyl or albums?
Yes. So we're kind of working on that. There's a company. I can't think of the name right now because it's early on this side, but yeah, there's a company that we were working with, and you may know who I'm talking about. But the albums, the vinyl, they come in beautiful colors. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you mean. Yes.
Yeah, so
the colored vinyls. Yes, I know.
Yes, that's pop something color. I don't know, but yeah, we're there. My team is working with them to put something in.
Yeah, they do all sorts of multicolors. They do everything. You can have them with swirls in. You can have them anything you like. Really.
Sorry, I can't think of the name right at this moment, but
yes, the vinyls. I'm sure. Well, we call them like. You can have picture discs as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they still do picture discs. Maybe that might be something that you could do, because a picture there of yourself on the picture disc going round would look amazing.
Yes, that would be cool. I have to look into that, Phil.
Yeah, picture disc. You could be actually the first person in 2023 to actually have a picture disc, because I haven't actually seen one anywhere, not since the 90s.
Okay, well, I'm listen. That's a good idea.
That's right. So there you go. You could be the first. You never know. Now, your album that's going to be coming out at the end of 2023, what can we be looking for with that album? Is it going to be a mixture of genres?
Yes, it'll be a mixture. I call it gumbo. You know what gumbo is? A mixture of
gumbo.
Yes,
Yeah.
new gumbo. Yeah, but definitely Livin Joy. You'll definitely hear that because, Livin Joy and I are one.
Of course. That's right.
And you're going to hear some influences from my youth.
Right.
And so, yeah.
And is there any collaborations on there with any artists?
No, not at the moment, but Janice Robinson and I are in talks to do something together.
That would be absolutely fantastic. It's Livin Joy.
Yes, it's Livin Joy. Yes, for sure.
Hey, that's absolutely fantastic news. Well, you'll have to drop me the single when it comes out, if you have a bit of a collaboration coming out in the future there.
No, it's happening. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. It's inevitable. And yes, that'll be absolutely excellent. Now, Tameko, have you actually bought a vinyl record in the past? And if so, what was it?
My father bought vinyls, and he used to come home every day after work with a new record, a new vinyl. And for breakfast in the morning, when I would have my cereal, that's what I would be reading, the back of album covers and things like that. So, but I haven't bought a vinyl.
If there was an album in your father's collection, what record would you have gone for?
Prince.
Yes,
because my father did buy the Prince album, and I remember looking at the album for a long time, like just studying everything about him. He's such an artist, and just so free. And I love that. I love people who are free with themselves, and they don't care what anyone says or thinks. And obviously from that album cover you can tell I'm me,
exactly. I believe in that as well, keeping it real,
keeping it all the way real.
Yes, because I heard that. I heard somebody over in the States say keeping it real, and that's what I say to people now. It's good to keep it real, and you only can keep it real if you know what it means.
Yes.
So yes, you've got to keep it real, which is great. And you certainly have, Tameko Star, you have certainly kept it real. Now, do you have any projects coming up in the future that you could tell us about?
Yes. So remember I told you that Star House Entertainers is a talent development and production company.
Yes.
So we have an award-winning musical I wrote all the music in it, and it's called Superstar Dreams. And so we are getting ready to produce Superstar Dreams for television and film.
Wow.
And we're going to start out, the first thing that we're doing is we're starting out with kind of like, I don't want to say a music video, but sort of like, I guess, a music video of one of the songs in the musical.
Wow.
So listen, that's my next big thing outside of coming back as Tameko Star and doing my music. Superstar Dreams is going to take over the world.
Excellent. Well, I hope you'll be able to drop me a message and drop me a copy of the single there, and it'll be great to have a preview of the video as well. It's absolutely fantastic what you're doing for the industry, and bringing up all of this talent as well, and and being that good to be showcased on television. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. I love what I do. Very passionate about it, and very fortunate to be doing what I love. Very fortunate.
Yes, and your new single is going to just fly off the shelves. I know that.
Yes, thank you so much. I love that song. It's such an uplifting song.
It is. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, finally, Tameko, it's been great having you on the show, and I would love to have you on the show again in the future. Would you be happy to come on?
I sure will. I will definitely be back.
Fabulous.
Send me the email.
I certainly will. I certainly will.
Yes.
And would you be able to finally introduce your latest single?
Yes. So everyone, I am Tameko Star from Livin Joy. I have a new single out. My new single is called Something Beautiful.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Tameko, and all the best. We'll speak again soon.
Okay, thank you.